Drinks in the kitchen.
Hi.
Episode 6. Hi, James.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Good.
What are you drinking?
Well, you tell me. What is this?
Well, I've finished mine.
Yeah, I know, but what is it?
I've had it.
It's beautiful.
Okay,
but...
so it's Prosecco.
Yeah.
With strawberry puree and
Made from
strawberries.
scratch, I might add.
I did make it, blended it up, full on, blended it.
Yeah.
And that's it. Just Prosecco.
Well, it's lovely.
It's like a healthy breakfast drink.
Yeah. Prosecco for breakfast. Maybe a little bit eyebrow, but...
Okay. Well, it was delicious anyway.
Yeah.
Are you okay, James?
Yeah, good, thanks.
What
are we going to talk about?
Listen, I've got a question for you.
Okay.
This is my weekly segment now, okay?
Okay.
I've made this question up myself.
Well, I should hope so.
Well, sometimes you can Google stuff like this and it gives you a lot of questions, but this is from my own mind.
Right.
There will be questions like this online as well. But anyway, James.
Yeah.
Which film, and this is the theme for the episode, we're going to be talking about this sort of thing today, I feel like film stars, etc.
Yeah, okay.
So, which film would you pick to survive in, and do you think you would survive if it were real life and you were put in there? Jurassic Park, the original, or Titanic?
Oh, for fuck's sake. So either I'm going to freeze to death in water.
Maybe you won't. Maybe you'll get on a rowboat, put a wig on like he did in the film, get on yourself on a woman in child boat. There's options.
So Jurassic Park, I can't run because of fatness. So I'm going to go Titanic. I'm just hoping
And hedge your bets.
there is a wardrobe door for me to lay on.
Well, there was a wardrobe door. It's taken.
No,
She's got it. She's on that wardrobe door. You've no fucking chance with a wardrobe door, hon.
No, but you can fit two people on as well, we know.
So you think you'd survive over Jurassic Park?
Right, getting eaten by a Tyrannosaurus Rex running at 80,000 miles an hour, or been cold for a bit on a wardrobe door. I'll take the cold.
I think I'd hedge my bets with Jurassic Park.
How the fuck can you?
Because I'll tell you exactly what I'd do. I'd get up a tree, I'd curl up into a ball, and I'd hide there until I heard a helicopter.
But you do know that dinosaurs are as big as trees, so you're just basically
not
putting
that
yourself
big.
in its
I'd get
mouth.
up a
Fighting distance, yeah.
No, I'd get up a really big one.
No, you can't. How do you know?
Although I can't climb a tree.
I don't believe.
I know what I'll do. I've changed my mind. I'll climb into a hole in the floor.
And bury yourself.
And I'd just stay in the hole in the ground until it's gone.
That's fine.
Because there's only one T-Rex on Jurassic Park.
Yeah, but what about all the other ones? There's faster ones, there's poisonous ones, there's ones that hide in bushes with big fang things out of them.
I'd rather that than be fucking about on a boat like that.
But you're not on the boat, are you? You're in the water, flapping about
exactly,
for a bit.
and you get hypothermia real quick.
Yeah, I'm fine. And then you just go sleepy and die. I'd prefer that than getting eaten.
Okay, well that was my would you rather question. So you would rather
I'd rather
hedge your
go
bets on the Titanic?
Yeah, 100%. Also, there were some really handsome people in those. So
I wondered if this might have a bearing on you.
That'd pass the time. It only took 2 hours and 30 something minutes to sink, so
You've got time.
I've got time
To scout around.
Yeah. Hedge me bets.
Oh, listen, can I just... So I'm going to go from there. I'm taking it in a whole new direction.
Okay.
I've been reading my book. It's the Unexplained Mysteries book. It's really good.
Yeah.
I read one last night. I have never heard this before. And I feel like we're down with a lot of weird stuff.
Yeah.
I've never heard this one before. It's the Green Children of...
I have heard this.
Have you?
Yeah.
So they were like...
What is it?
So they were the Green Children of somewhere, like Bury St Edmunds.
They just showed up, didn't they? And they were green. And
They
said
showed
they were
up
from a place.
in medieval times, beside a tree, like a hole were next to the tree, and there were two genuine green children. They were like 10 or 11 years old.
Wait a minute though, but did they have gangrene? And people
No, they were bright green.
They've been rolling around in summer.
Oh yeah, the Green Children of Woolpit. Where did I get Bury St Edmunds? Anyway.
Edmunds. Oh god, that is.
So yeah, they just turned up, they got found, they were both huddled up together. They wouldn't eat anything but peas.
Yeah, that's
hence why they were green.
Yeah,
they wouldn't eat no. Yeah, well, like in
it.
medieval times. So people came across them in medieval times. They took them into a house. They refused to eat. They were starving. They'd been there for ages. They wouldn't eat anything apart from peas.
Could they talk English?
They could talk, and they said they'd come through. They'd seen an island that were England basically. and they headed towards it. Were bathed in beautiful bright lights. They walked down this massive tunnel, and then they turned up in the new land, and they were found. So there were a girl and a boy.
Yeah.
The girl did fancy eating a bit of bread, a bit of porridge, a bit of beef. So she regained her strength. Bit of hot dog and brine.
Bit of malt vinegar.
So she regained her strength quite quick.
Did
but
she
the boy,
change from green to normal?
yeah, she went normal coloured. Like the kids that only drunk Sunny D that time, and they went
Oh,
orange.
do you remember that massive lawsuit in
So I weren't
America?
allowed to have any Sunny D.
It was loopy juice Sunny D. It used to send you west.
Yeah, and orange.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, these kids. So the girl ended up getting healthy fine. The little boy didn't want to eat anything but peas. And obviously, you can't live like that.
But can you?
Well, no, because he died.
But do you? Oh, yeah.
He died.
Okay.
He passed.
Sorry to hear that.
She lived a long and healthy life. Now the bit that I were reading of the extract from the time,
Yeah.
she was a bit of a shagger.
Of course
She got some real flavour back when she got colour back.
Literally flavour.
Yeah,
in
she
her
did.
life.
And I just thought, I've never heard that tale before.
I've heard it, but then okay, I've got a question. So we're just going back to the eating habit thing, and me saying that can you not just live on peas forever? Do you remember the show Freaky Eaters, where people would just eat salt and vinegar crisps? The end. Full stop.
My God.
But she was skinny as hell, had nice skin. I used to get blown away. I thought you can't be telling us full tale here.
No, I don't think they are. Because if I eat too many Haribos, I get a horrendous headache. And that's just stuff, and I do eat.
How many?
That's a sugar.
Honestly, about 5. I'm done.
As if. That's weird. That.
I don't trust people like that. She can't have literally just been eating crisps.
Yeah, she said she did.
Because peas are healthy, and this boy still passed.
Yeah, how old was he roughly?
Like 10 or 11.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
They should have put him on a tube.
In medieval times, no thanks.
Slice his stomach up and shove something in it.
Oh, so anyway, that's the Green Children of Woolpits.
Yeah.
I thought that was a weird, interesting one.
It is weird, but
I've
I
just
also
read it.
think it's not real. It can't be.
I believed him.
Yeah. Okay.
I feel like medieval people,
Had a lot going on for not much going on.
yeah, but also they were very God-fearing people, and I feel like to lie to them, they'd be struck down where they stood. So I believe
in dragons as well, didn't they?
All right, Simon. Thanks for undermining me from afar. But I do believe that some truth is to it.
Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, it's an interesting story. I'll give you that.
Okay.
Wilson
just bezzing about with his little toy, but we haven't got time for that tonight, Wilson.
No.
So, James, you wanted to discuss...
Yeah. I'll tell you what I want to discuss. Sims.
Oh, no. That's come from the left field. James, I've come right round.
This is my favourite story ever, and some people already know it, but I don't care.
I'm sweating.
So, back in the day when Eleanor was courting Simon, or trying to court Simon, and I don't think you were having any of it at the time, what did you do, Eleanor? You created him on Sims.
Yeah.
And lived with him.
Okay, hang on. If anyone plays the game Sims, it's a virtual reality, basically a cartoon game. Everyone
Eleanor's
knows
addicted
Sims.
to it.
I am addicted to it. But yeah, let me tell you something. You can live out your best life on Sims.
So you did, literally.
And I did.
But wait, the plot thickens. I want you to get into it, but I have to say this. And then Simon discovered himself.
Well, do you know what? When I think back to it, I must have been really comfortable with you to play on Sims explicitly while you were there. But
Did you actually see yourself, Simon?
Yes.
Oh my god. This is amazing.
At this time, though, we must have been together for a few months. And I'd forgotten that I had created Simon and Eleanor Sim versions. And so I were playing on it at home, sat next to Simon, and he went, whoa, just scroll back to where you just were. And then I realised, Simon said, who's that man that looks exactly like me called Simon, married to Eleanor on Sims with 2 young kids?
Shut up, did you have kids?
We had kids, we had 2. And then he said, is it me? I said, no. He said, okay, it's called Simon, my surname. And then I had to say, yeah,
Well,
it is you.
Did you die of embarrassment?
I
or
died.
Were you okay?
Part of me died, but then I also said, but hang on, Simon, if you'd have been kinder to me, this would have never happened. So actually,
She immediately put him in a
swimming pool and took away. I never used to do that.
That is hilarious. But
I never
Simon,
used
how
to
did you
kill
not
people.
run for the hills, please?
Yeah, well, why did you not?
I think the door went up.
Oh my god. I would have had to literally. I'd have had to ring someone.
Wouldn't you have been
police.
flattered? I'd be flattered. If someone made me on Sims, I would be, honestly, a bit over the moon.
What were your kids called?
Can't remember.
Oh, I wanted to know that.
Olive and John.
No, better
Something
not
like
be.
that. Yeah, something like that, I
Fuck's
think.
sake. Did you have a nice house?
Beautiful house.
Was it a
Because I
mansion?
used all the cheats and I got myself loads of money. On Sims, see, some people do kill. My sister is one of them.
Yeah.
That put the Sims through real bad times. They drown him, they set fire to him, all sorts. I just lived a normal life, got a job, sorted my house.
Why didn't you just apply this to your real life and live a normal life? And
I don't know, it's different.
so
you need
got
to
a job
play
on
it.
Sims.
Yeah.
How beige.
I know.
That is such a beige existence.
I'm so plain.
What was your job?
Honestly, genuine like office job.
Fuck.
Yeah.
off. I have had enough. Even in your virtual life, you're dry.
Dry as fuck.
Jesus.
Dry through and through.
That is hilarious.
But listen, it didn't scare you off. Look at us now.
Where is the Simon character now in the element?
Done.
What do you mean?
Done.
What does that mean?
It's just, I think he would have passed on. Died. They do die, they die.
Like Tamagotchis?
Yeah.
Oh.
So I think you just would have passed away peacefully.
And you didn't bother checking in on him, or?
No, because then the novelty that wore off when I did have real life Simon.
Yeah.
I want to ask then for virtual Sim Simon. So that just died out. And also I daren't ever go back on it because I had PTSD of that family after I saw.
Amazing.
But thanks for sticking around.
So, the topic that I want us to discuss is very serious, actually.
Oh, God, right.
Well, I mean, it's serious, but it's more... Well, no, it's serious.
Okay.
There's no way around it, but it's divided opinion globally.
Right.
And it is the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard case.
Oh, yeah.
Who's the
Villain.
Who's the villain in all of this? Probably both, but the media have got wind of it and turned it all around, and it looks like it's Amber that's the bastard.
But it wasn't to begin with, was it? Everyone were like, Johnny Depp, wife
Ruined
beat
his
her, but
career.
it's
I
not.
thought it was going to ruin his career. No one thought it'd work again.
I
Still
mean,
might not.
it's still on the ropes, isn't it?
So I was just on the internet a few days ago, and I thought, what's this? And it was the full tapes of the conversations between them two. Now, I don't know how the tapes have come about, but I've got the gist that they were in therapy at the time, so they had to record
right.
the sessions.
I was wondering why they do that.
Therapists weren't there, but it was just maybe recording the sessions, or I think he's just secretly recorded them. I can't get my head around it. I can't really get the vibe.
Right.
But she uses language that, well, somebody broke it down in the video that I watched. It broke it down into like the type of language that abusers use, and she's using it. She's literally an advert for it, saying things like, well,
Like, you've made me do this.
I do it because I love you so much, but you've pushed me to do it. Like, not saying, okay, what I'm doing is wrong, but actually excusing herself for it.
Blaming
and
him.
saying, and it's always his fault, yeah. So he said
God.
to her, for instance, she said, the only reason I get violent is because you walk away from me. And he said, but I walk away from him because you're getting violent. Like, I'm obviously out of there. And he references to a time they were on an aeroplane when she was going for auditions for the Aquaman films, and the plane was late. Johnny Depp had nothing to do with that because A, he's not God.
Yeah. Or a
So
pilot.
anyway, she started getting violent on the plane and battered him because the plane were late and she was going to be late for an audition. He's on a plane, he's got nowhere to go, the poor bastard.
Right. Oh, God.
So there's things like that. And then she also said as well in these tapes that she talks about them two getting married like it's a transaction, like it needed to be done, like she needed that security, I need this, I need that, I needed to lock it down. And then, because he asks her, why did you marry me? And she gives him those answers. And then he's like,
On
okay,
tape,
but
she says
yeah.
that.
And he says, well, that's fine, but I married you because I love you. Like, where's the fucking love of you?
Johnny Depp.
She's not a nice person. You know, she's been very violent. Because he was late home from his friend's house, she kicked his head in.
See, when I
kicked his
first...
head in.
This has been going on a long time, hasn't it? A few years.
A good few years, yeah.
Because when I first heard about it, I know maybe it's because I am a woman, I immediately felt on her side.
Yes.
Because I thought, all right, he's an older, successful film actor with a huge fan base.
Yep.
Captain Jack Sparrow, Edward Scissorhands. People love all that, don't they?
Yeah.
She's beautiful, blonde, young film actress.
Yeah.
So I felt like as soon as she had any claim, everyone jumped to his defence.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, by default. Just because people love Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
So I thought, she's getting vilified here for telling the truth. So I didn't actually at the time really look into it. And I just thought but getting painted like women do a lot as the bad guy, even when it's Sarah who's got beaten up. Like, Johnny Depp wouldn't do that. And it's like, hang on, what if he has?
You don't know him.
You don't know. Like, what if he has? And she just got vilified straight away. However, when you mentioned this, I had a look at the court documents.
Of course you did. Research extraordinaire.
Well, it's just like not the transcripts, but the summary of each claim.
Yeah.
And she does sound pretty bad.
She's terrible. So I was watching another video because I've got really into it now, and there's a body language expert that actually sits and watches her deliver what she's delivering. And in court, and when the prosecution says, did he or did he not hit you, she looks around with her eyes like she's searching for an answer, and then she spits her tongue out a little bit, like licking her top lip, but he said that's a self-assurance, a comfort thing, so what she's doing is patting herself really by saying it's okay. And then as she's saying she's shaking her head, so she's like or whatever, and maybe the other way around. No, it was that. So he's saying her body literally can't lie. It's screaming, oh my God, I can't do this, because she's under so much stress. Her mouth's lying, but her body can't. So that's why she's doing them two conflicting things. So interesting. So interesting.
See,
and also, just quickly, before she answered, her defence jumped in all the time saying, you don't have to answer it like this, you can do this, you can do that. What that's actually doing is buying her time to build up the lie that she's going to tell. So them two are in it together. So he's basically objecting to every single statement so he can buy her enough time to lie properly.
Oh my God. Can you imagine telling a small lie and ending up in court? How is she holding it together? I would not be able to do that.
It really is bad, but she's got the best people behind her. That's why she won't be having amateurs working with her. She'll have the best. What's
the motives in it?
Well, the thing that's blagged my head is that I don't know if this is a conspiracy or a rumour or if there's any truth to it, but her assistant actually went through an extremely abusive relationship, and her assistant's now come out saying she's using my stories. Like, she's literally using the things that I've told her in confidence or whatever. In this case, it all just sounds really too familiar to me. And she's also come out and said she's never seen Johnny Depp hit her or anything like that.
But then, so she's lifting stories from other people, whatever, maybe, allegedly. We'll have to say allegedly all the time again. But,
Hashtag.
But why, what is Amber Heard getting out of it? Because if you're married to Johnny Depp, that's a good time, no?
Well, he's a massive alcoholic and a druggie in there, allegedly. But
I know, I think he pretty much has said that he is himself.
Yeah, well, yeah, he has. But I think I think it's the snowball effect where she said, well, he's done this, and then people have gone, whoa, what do you mean he's done this? And she's gone, oh, okay, a bit of attention here. But because either way, they were getting a divorce, weren't they? So it's all come out in the aftermath.
Oh, well, actually, when I was reading the court documents...
Oh, Wilson the dog's just...
He's been beggy tonight,
he's
Wilson.
Really, really loving me. He's cupboard love, though, because I gave him some food earlier.
Yeah. Cupboard love.
That's what they call it, yeah. Cupboard love.
That's like me, I have cupboard love. So, what were we going to say? Yeah, so when I was reading the court documents, there's a really disturbing episode.
Oh, shit.
Where they're on holiday. There's like loads of friends. They all go to an island in the Bahamas.
Yeah.
And she sends a text message before to everyone saying, bring food, booze and whatever drugs you want.
Yeah.
So then they all go to this big house party on the Bahamas.
Like you do.
You do. They're already having a bad time, Amber and Johnny.
Yeah.
And in the morning, the housekeeper finds a human feces in the middle of his bed. And there's a picture of it. It's disgusting.
I've seen it.
The housekeeper came to give evidence to say she's never been as appalled in her life. She went to change the bed. And there's a shit in the middle of the bed.
So Amber Heard's squatted down and had a shit on Johnny Depp's side of the bed.
And he said he was so upset, as obviously he would be, that's when the moment, he said after everything else, that was the moment where I said, I want a divorce. And that to him is the moment she then started to say and build up a bit of a case against him.
Yes, definitely. I agree with that. Yeah.
So she were lashing out. She were maybe lashing out, throwing this on him before he could defame her, kind of thing.
Yeah, definitely. But the thing that strikes me the most, they're both extremely high-profile actors.
Yeah.
They don't need to be doing this.
No.
It's really, what's the word? Not needed, I guess. But what a way to ruin both careers. Just give over.
There is
Chill out, split your assets and fuck off your separate ways.
Can you imagine? I mean, first of all, there is no going back from someone doing a shit in your bed. There's no returning there.
Speaking to someone that's never happened to, I should hope so. But
I've never happened to me.
Oh, I don't know.
No, Dan, but can
She
you
strikes
imagine
you
if
as the
someone
type,
did?
doesn't she?
James! Don't throw the Sims back in my face, it's very different. But to me, like when I were reading about their lifestyle and stuff, because it was going into detail about all the way they lived, it's like a constant house party when you're a teenager.
Yeah.
Never ending, horrific, smelly, seedy, sleazy, booze, cider, orgy. Not that that's the house party I've been to.
Sounds like a cracking time.
like
I
a
mean,
good time.
Jesus.
Like just constant.
Yeah.
That's exhausting.
But
That's
also,
not a
with
good
his
life.
age, surely he must have been knackered.
Well, so he sent a text message to his friend that were in the court document, and I remember, Simon, you showed me this article of that Hunter S. Thompson, the author. He wrote like Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
And the Rum Diaries.
Yeah. That he
It
was
was
in.
based on him that Johnny Depp played.
Yeah.
He did an interview with a magazine a few years ago and he were best mates with Johnny Depp. He's dead now. I'll guess why in a minute. So they followed him throughout his day and he'd literally wake up at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, do 4 lines of coke, have a pint of rum.
Johnny Depp did?
No, Hunter S.
yeah,
Thompson,
yeah,
who Johnny Depp were friends with. And then he'd go to like a club and he'd have loads more spirits, a pint of vodka, he'd have nothing to eat.
A pint of vodka?
He'd smoke some marijuana, take an ecstasy tablet and have some more coke all at once. And then he'd go like that until like midnight and then just wake up again at 3 and do it all again the next day.
Could not
and Johnny
be
Depp
arsed.
were mates with him at this time. So this is all they did all the time. And when Johnny Depp were texting his friend while he were with Amber, because obviously he went on a bit of a downward spiral in their relationship. This is the life he was leading, like just doing coke and getting pissed all the time.
No, it's not good, that. It's not
Isn't
good
that
at all.
terrible?
Yeah.
And
I
the
think-
way that your mind would be.
Yeah, it'd send you off, it'd send you west. But I also think as well, like, I don't think he's hit her that I've heard or that I can
It's
gather.
not been substantiated, has
But he
it?
did throw a can of beer in her face
Oh,
from the other side of the room, so that must have had quite an impact.
right. And it hit
But
her.
she was running at him to basically
Bloody
kill
hell.
him, and he threw a can of beer to stop her, but he didn't know it was going to hit her in her face, and it left a pretty bad mark. But then, on the flip side, she pretended she was knocking outside the door. She wanted to beat him up, and she pretended she weren't gonna.
Hello.
And she was like,
Love you.
hello, room service. But she was
Oh,
like,
God.
just open the door, honestly, and we'll just talk about it. So he unlocked the door and went to open it, but something caught at the bottom, so he bent down to remove it, and she booted the door so hard in his face. He had a massive black eye and a bust nose, and he had loads of press pictures to do the next day. And I've seen the pictures
And has he?
with his massive black eye and his nose, and he looks so depressed. His soul's gone. You can see it in his eyes.
Oh my God.
The people think, oh, a man getting beat up off a woman is weak, is this, is that. It shouldn't be like that. Like, it's just as bad as the other way around.
Yeah, of course it is.
It doesn't matter what sex you are. Abuse is abuse.
Yeah.
And so I do hope they come to a resolution, but that's what I wanted to...
Well, they're deciding... See, I don't know what's actually happening with him and her, but his case that she's testifying in was against the Sun newspaper for printing that he were a wife beater, because he said that's libel. I'm not.
Defamation of character.
Yeah.
Defamation of character.
Yeah. There's no evidence against it. Yes, she has said it,
But they don't know.
but the police... The one report said the police had been to the house after she had rung them, but the policewoman said there weren't a mark on her. There weren't anything on her that I would have said looked like she'd been hit or even fallen or anything. So, yeah, I don't know how they're gonna move on from it. They're obviously not together, are they now?
We'll move on. I don't think that's...
Doesn't it just show you though, however much money, fans, like success you've got, however good looking you are, means fuck all.
No, it doesn't in the grand scheme of things. Anything can happen to anyone.
And actually, maybe you're worse off if you have got all that.
I won't be.
No, but you'd get
I'd
bored.
be dead in 2 weeks if I were rich, famous, and good looking. I might as well buy then because I'm dead.
You're one of 3.
Yeah, well, thanks. I know which one you're going to say.
Oh,
Bless you, I'm not rich, I know that.
Yeah.
So, that's that anyway, and I just think I hope they do sort it out. I hope that they bring a film out about it because I want to watch it.
Listen, when I didn't look into it until you said about them tapes.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know they existed.
Have you not listened to any of it? It's
No.
really
I think I'd be
interesting.
sad.
As well, I forgot to tell you a really important bit.
Oh.
So he's sat there and he's talking to it and he's almost mumbling. He's very much like this. And I think, oh God, he's obviously on something or whatever.
Mm.
And then you can hear a pill bottle rattling in the background and he goes, what are you doing? And she goes, I'm giving you a Xanax because yours is wearing off. And gives him another Xanax and he takes it. So she's sedating him as well.
Fucking hell,
It's mental.
Give
What
it
is
a
she
rest,
up
hon.
to?
What
Have
is
a
she
day
up
off,
to?
Amber.
Yeah. Well, she went, I mean, this is maybe, I'll say allegedly just in case.
Just in case.
But Johnny Depp said confirmed
Yeah.
she was shagging James Franco.
Oh.
And having an affair with him while he were with her.
James Franco is gets around a lot to say he's not doing much.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he?
Yeah.
But this is another thing you've just reminded me of. In those documents, she took loads of pictures of him. So she'd take loads of
you've
terrible
shown me
pictures of
these.
him.
Shocking.
Why would you do that to someone?
It looks horrendous.
It looks horrendous. And there's one where he's obviously KO'd on the sofa, like asleep, sat up. But a pint of ice cream has spilled all over him. He's covered in ice cream all over his legs.
Oh, we shouldn't laugh at
She's
Johnny,
taken
I
a
feel
picture
tired.
of him and
Of course she
said,
has. I bet she put it on
"Look at you,
Facebook
you
and went,
pathetic
lol."
bastard. Yeah, she basically did.
Yeah.
And then another time, where does this happen? So another time, I don't know what he was doing, but he cut his finger off.
Oh,
So
yeah.
nearly all his finger, he cut off, picked up the severed end, dipped it in some paint and wrote all over the wall of his house.
Who did?
Johnny bloody Depp! He picked up the fucking
He cut
half
his finger off and then painted with it. 'cause he's
daubed the
ranched.
walls. And let me tell you something, I saw the picture of the walls. He got afar with it. He was doing it for a long time with that finger in his hand. There's a whole wall covered.
But wait, have they managed to put the finger back on? Because
Yeah.
I've never seen a 9.5 finger Johnny Depp.
Yes, he has. Because then she took a picture of him again. On the hospital bed, he's laid down, fully dressed on her gurney, with sunglasses on, a bandana on, just laid there like motionless, expressionless face, with his hand bandaged up, massive bandages on his hand, where they've reattached his finger.
What's she playing at? I'm getting a vibe.
Kick
that
someone
she's
when
not
they're down,
nice.
for God's sake.
Yeah.
So, listen, whatever's happened, James, let's be glad we're not living that life.
Yeah, I know. But I do want the money and the fame.
No, it would put you off, that would it?
No, no way. No.
And would you cut your finger off?
Yeah.
You'd cut your finger off?
For how much though? Money and fame? Yeah, I would. I'd cut my hand off and be like, lol, I'm a one-handed famous person.
Oh my God,
Yeah, I
James! Learn from Johnny and Amber, it's not all it's cracked up to be.
Let's go down a different avenue, I think, than them two.
I'd hope that you would.
You've got to
Listen,
instead.
I can't even be in a relationship for an hour, so I'd be okay.
You know what I want to talk about?
Go
In
on.
this same vein, film star vein.
Okay, so we've got a bit of a theme going on.
A little loose theme.
Yeah.
Nicolas Cage. I think he is a wonder of the world.
Do you?
Yeah, not necessarily in a good way.
Can you tell me why? It's very nondescript to me. His movies are below par.
But let me tell you
Face Off
something.
were brilliant though.
Okay. Let me tell you something. I think the world would be a poorer place without Nicolas Cage in it.
I don't think it affects a percentage of the planet. I don't know what you mean.
But it's hilarious.
He is alright.
That were easy to change your
No,
mind.
but it doesn't stand out to me. I could think of 1,000 actors before Nicolas Cage. I don't.
But don't you think he's just
Mental.
yeah? On his own. To me, he's a real eccentric film star. That is what they all should be like to me. And he don't. And forgive me if anyone believes in all this. He ain't going on about climate change, and I do believe in all this. But what I don't believe it is when George Clooney is telling me from his multi-million-pound house,
Yeah.
don't get on an aeroplane, guys.
Oh,
or
yeah.
Leonardo DiCaprio from his yacht with his 20-year-old bird.
Saying don't have
go on
straws.
Don't have straws. I think Nicolas Cage keeps himself to himself.
Well,
It gives
that's
us a
the only
laugh.
person that enjoys his company.
Oh my God. Hang on a minute. What's your beef?
I don't
with
actually
Nicolas
know what my
Cage?
beef
He
is, but the
hates
more I
ghosts.
talk about it, the more I realise I am not alright with him. Something's happened.
What's he done to
I
you,
don't
James?
fucking know. It was that wispy hair in Conair.
That hair in Conair.
It flaps in the breeze. It's
All
fuck
one
me.
piece of hair that moves
It's
independently
bald
of his
on
whole
top.
body. It starts from behind his ears. It's like a cape of hair.
Nicolas Cage's hair should have its own film. I would watch it. I would pay money at the cinema to watch a film about his hair.
He's got a really big head, actually, hasn't he? I feel like his hair's struggling to cover the area of his head.
But there's not a good eye to skull ratio, eye to forehead ratio. Like there's something not right. They're very bulbous.
Oh God, we've just torn a new arsehole. I hope he never listens to this. I like him. He's done a lot of crazy stuff.
Yeah, go on, tell us some.
So Simon's got a story that you like about him, don't you? So him and Leonardo DiCaprio, did you say, were in a bidding war for a dinosaur skull, a real one.
Yeah.
Anyway, Nicolas Cage won, bought a dinosaur skull for like $300,000,
Fucking
and then had
hell.
to return it because it was stolen goods.
And he didn't get his money
And
back.
he didn't get his money back. No refunds on stolen
I
goods.
bet Leo were like, fucking lol,
Yeah,
you
lol,
wanker.
lol.
You wanker.
But also, do you know what I like about him? That he changed his name, because I feel like nowadays
What
there's
do
a
you
lot
mean he changed his name?
So Nicolas Cage
Was called
No, isn't-
Nicholas out of the cage.
Nicholas, his last name was Coppola, so he's part of the big acting director dynasty. So Francis Ford Coppola was his uncle. So they're a big famous family
So
in Hollywood.
he's born to be famous. That makes me annoyed even more.
No, but he changed his bloody name so that he ain't just riding on the back of his name anymore.
Okay.
He changed it to
Speaking of
Cage.
riding, Ghost Rider. Fuck my life. That should never have been commissioned for
Have you
release.
seen it?
Have a fuck, but it looks shocking.
Oh, James!
Sorry.
Have I seen it?
Yeah.
Well, it hasn't made an impression on me because I don't remember it.
What a shock.
It was bad.
Was it bad?
Yeah, a bit
Simon?
funny. In a
That's not what we're looking for, though.
bad in a funny.
Let me
No,
tell you
no.
what else I like about him. I'm determined to change my mind about Nicolas Cage.
Go on.
So, our other friend, Beth, she's right here at the moment,
Hi, Beth.
told us a story that he lives down... I'm not going to reveal the place he lives. He should have a bit of privacy, I think.
Does it begin with a B?
Maybe.
Does it end in an H?
No, give him his privacy. So he lives somewhere in a little village and there's a country pub down there, and every week he goes in and he buys everyone in that pub a drink.
Flash bastard.
He
I'd
can't
say
win with
shove
you.
that pint up your ass.
You
I would
James.
down it and I'd be his best mate. But
Yeah, you would. You'd be
Do
going
you know
out with him
what?
the next day.
I probably would make a pass at him because that's in my nature.
Yeah.
However, he's alright. I have given him a bad time. I'll never like him as much as you want me to, and I won't watch his films probably.
What about Face Off?
Absolutely banging film, but John Travolta made it as well.
Fuck off, John Travolta, man.
He's got something about
That is,
him,
I have
that
got
guy.
a problem with him.
I fancy him.
John Travolta?
Absolutely. The older he's got, the bolder he's got, the more I want to get in there.
Oh, James!
It's God's honest truth. And R.I.P. to his wife. I feel
Oh,
dreadful
yeah,
about
that's
that,
really
but
bad about his wife.
that is
I'm
bad.
sorry about that.
Yeah.
I can't make me a fan of John Travolta, though.
No.
I feel about him the way you feel about Nicolas Cage. So we
There's
are
no
face
need
off.
for that.
We're having a face off.
Yeah, well, guess what? There's no need for John Travolta, though. I don't know how you can say that. He's done nothing wrong. And everything right.
I don't know if you were in the stories, in the newspapers a while ago, but he has done many things wrong.
Has he?
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
There are allegedly
Don't
a
tell
lot
me
of
it's out to do with
massages
underage
that
people.
went wrong.
What do you mean? He wanted a...
Right.
Do you mean he wanted a happy ending and
Yeah.
got one? Did he get one? Oh, well, good on him.
A happy
Good
ending
on
that were a sad ending for the person providing it.
Why?
Because they didn't want to do it to him.
Was it a boy? Mm-hmm. How old
Many
are we
boys.
talking?
I don't think they were underage.
Oh, that's all right then. Well, why don't I work there?
Bloody right to him now. Send him his CV.
I ain't
Put my
got time.
sales on it.
I've got a lot going on at present. I'll have to save it for another day. But wrong place, wrong time. Oh, right place, right time for some.
Well, we've had... In fact, I tell you what, we need to watch, and I encourage anyone else to watch it as well.
Yeah.
If you Google or YouTube Nicolas Cage losing his shit.
Yeah.
It is honestly hilarious.
Why is he losing his shit? Is it clips from all his
Clips
films?
from loads of films.
Right.
But he's got like, he said actually before that a trademark of his acting is that he screams his tits off in every film he's in, any chance he can
Why?
get. Because he's real passion.
Method
It's a
actor.
real, and he wants to show real passion and caring in his character. So he thinks that screaming is part of that. Yeah. Well, just watch Nicolas Cage losing his shit. Oh yeah, and have you seen The Hollow Man? Is it called
Has
The
it
Hollow
got
Man?
Christina Ricci in it?
No, Wicker Man.
Oh, I have seen that piece of shite. They burn that massive wicker effigy thing, don't
Yeah.
they? Oh, get the fuck out.
The original
Is
one
he in
apparently is
that?
very good.
I've
Beth
seen that.
likes it. Beth. Oh, she says she doesn't
I've
like
seen
it.
the original as well.
That's meant
I've
to be
seen
good.
both.
But the Nicolas Cage one, well, it's in Nicolas Cage losing his shit, and there's a lot of parts from that film in it because it was universally panned.
Yeah, because it was absolute dog shite.
Were it?
I mean, yeah, it was. I can't believe you haven't seen it.
No, because I
For
was
such a
scared.
big Nicolas Cage fan, you haven't seen
Beth
hardly
said
a
it's
little
too
shit.
scary for me.
It's not nice.
No.
It's crap.
He knocks everyone's lights out. I've seen him just banging out loads of women like that look like and dressed like nuns. He fucking punches one
Just walking around
square in a
punching
jaw.
nuns.
He
Fucking
does.
perfect.
That's why I like him because
Because he
what other
punches
actor-
nuns.
No, but what other actor do you know that give himself over like that? And I don't really
Plenty.
like his films, no.
Right.
But I like
now we're
him.
getting somewhere.
I like him as a person. I'd like to meet him and talk about all the weird stuff he's done.
Well, if it's that fantastic, he'll be listening to this podcast and he'll hit you up,
Oh,
bitch.
Nicola. No, don't, 'cause I'm way too shy. Don't ever
God.
do that.
That's funny.
So that was just a little segue about Nicolas Cage because we spoke about him the other day and I wanted to delve into why you didn't like him very much, but
I can't explain it, I don't know.
just got a real aversion to Nick Cage.
Just don't like him, do you?
No, and I don't know why. Who else don't I like? Well, we'll be here all day, but...
Well, listen, let's watch Nicolas Cage loses his shit after this and let's see if you feel
okay.
any different, okay?
Fine.
You know what we need to mention?
Go on.
How, still again, because we did say this the other week, but I feel like we need to keep giving people credit for it. Everyone's sharing it and liking it and having a good time and sending us loads of
It
suggestions in.
blows my mind. Honestly, nothing makes me smile more than having those notifications on my phone
Yeah.
to say so-and-so shared this, so-and-so's mentioned you in a comment. It's just it's the closest thing to fame I'm going to
Oh,
get.
James!
So I just love it. People stopping us at work and stuff, and it's honestly so nice. But I think the thing that's blown me away the most out of all of it is the inbox suggestions we're getting for topics and stuff.
Yeah.
And people recounting the little stories on the
Weird
back of
stuff.
something we've said, and even just correcting us, which one or two have on a couple of things. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm not
it's-
surprised.
It's just so good that people are taking the time out of the day to do that.
Yeah.
So I just love that. That's my favourite part of all of this.
I do. And do you know what's nice? That to have the affirmation
Yeah.
that what we do talk about is interesting and people are getting engaged with it.
Laughing along.
And laughing
And also
along.
when people quote us of what we've said, and I think
I'm
I don't
embarrassed.
remember saying that at all, but because it's so off the cuff and it
Yeah.
just comes,
And we're pissed.
we've come out with some ridiculous shit. But that's the best thing about it, and I absolutely love it. But for continued support, I'd just please, honestly, just ask you to keep sharing it, keep liking
Yeah.
it, and just get all your friends and family involved, and get their friends and family involved, and
Tell the
please just
world.
make it go as big as possible, because it is free, and we are sending
Yeah.
all the love out with every episode, but
Yeah.
we're getting a lot back, and we just massively appreciate it. So
Yeah.
obviously the handles are Drinks in the Kitchen on Facebook, at Drinks in the Kitchen, which is
Mm-hmm. On
the
Insta.
Instagram, and the email address, which is amazing to read through, is drinksatthe.kitchen@gmail.com.
Drinks in the kitchen.
In the kitchen, sorry.
gmail.com.
Yeah.
Don't send. Well, that might be another podcast. Don't send them there.
Yeah,
Send
don't
to
let
us.
them nick all our stuff.
So that's it for this week, James.
Yeah, and it's been, again, just a wonderful, wonderful time. Loved it.
yes.
And I've drank a full bottle of wine, FYI.
I hope we don't get sued. Everything
Why?
is just.
Why would we get
I'm
sued?
just going to throw an alleged blanket over the whole episode, just in case.
Go on then.
Listen, Johnny Depp's on a suing mission at the minute.
Shit,
I don't want to
forgot
be there.
about
You
that.
ain't going to get no
No,
out of
but
me.
Johnny, we've given you a lot of support in this.
Yes, we have. Not for
We
Amber.
really do big you up, Johnny. I'm sorry I said you looked old, but
He's totally sick.
anyway,
that's it for this week.
Yep.
Join us next time, episode 7.
7. Yeah.
Thanks, James.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Bye.